Hey everybody, Matthew LaBosco here. I am the founder of the Vitality Program and the co-founder of the Arena. And as you can see here, I am doing this video from the Vitality Program's new home, Kaizen Fitness here in Jupiter, Florida. So thank you to Kaizen for teaming up with the Vitality Program, and you're going to be seeing some fun things that we'll be doing with Kaizen too here as part of the videos that we'll be offering when it comes to taking care of the physical body. But in today's video, I want to share with you I would say 2 essential things to do before you go for a run, and for that matter, a jog or a walk. One of the most important factors or variables when it comes to running, walking, etc., are our feet. They are part of what I call one of the 3 power regions of the body. The foot and ankles, the one power region, the hips are another power region, and the thoracic spine, scapulo-thoracic joint is the 3rd power region. And in future videos, I will go into depth of those power regions and how to take care of them and how to leverage them and why they're the power regions. But one of the reasons why the foot and ankle is considered a power region is because all power regions have the greatest ability to convert force through torque, meaning they have an ability to rotate in a very powerful way, and the whole body, every muscle in your entire body biases rotation because it's the plane of motion that does not oppose gravity. So as we load in what we'll call the rotational plane, this plane right here, you'll notice that when you do this, there's no gravity opposed to that, right? It's a free plane. It's also why most injuries happen in the rotational plane. If you go this way, like would be like a traditional lateral raise or a bicep curl, that directly opposes gravity, right? It's called the sagittal plane. Or you can go to the side of you and it's the frontal plane, right? And there's gravity opposes you in the frontal plane. So one of the unique things about the foot and ankle is it's a torque converter, meaning it takes the forces of gravity in the ground and converts that ground, the gravity coming down and the ground reaction force, and converts that force up the chain to produce power through the muscles, assuming your feet are doing their job. Now, the foot and ankle is, in my opinion, one of the most complex parts of the body. And one of my general philosophies is the more complex an area is, the more I stay big picture with it, meaning I do the big stuff. I mean, you can go in there and do all kinds of intricate things with the foot and ankle. Orthotics is that might as well be rocket science. I mean, the people that are good at making orthotics, which I honestly haven't found a ton of people that are, because of the infinite complexity of it, you could put that with like rocket science, man, like seriously, because there's 27 bones down there. And the thing about the foot and ankle is it has a paradoxical role. When your foot hits the ground, it has to be a shock absorber. And then when you push off, it has to be a stable propeller, meaning it has to lock up so you have something to propel off of that's solid and stable. And so how quickly is this happening with the foot? Like literally like that. It has to like absorb force and then turn it over just like that. That's pretty complex and intricate. And with 27 bones down there, all trying to work in coherence with each other and in synergy with them like a finely tuned orchestra, we want to do the best we can to, as I say, just kind of get out of its way. Like just kind of, give it a little love, get it warmed up, move some things around, but kind of allow the intelligence of that area to do its work. Now, granted, if you have different pathologies, etc., obviously there needs to be intervention. So the 2 exercises I want to show you today, I find to be the best bang for your buck to kind of prepare your foot and ankle for walking and or jogging or running. And full disclosure, over the last 20 years of working with individuals in my clinic in LA and out here in Jupiter, Florida, I've worked with countless runners, marathoners, triathletes, etc. I'm going to tell you right now, I am not a runner. Okay. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because this year, 2022, just here in January, I've decided to really give running a shot again. I'm going to try doing some triathlons this year, just sprint triathlons, baby steps. And And so I'm trying some of these things on myself because my body right now is not a runner's body. I'm, over 200 pounds, like probably a little heavy to be doing long distance running, got the flattest feet in the world, so on and so forth. So I said, all right, I'm going to basically start implementing some of the things I've been teaching people for 20 years and see if it works. Because if it can work on this body to run, then I think these things are, then this is valuable stuff and I really want to pass it on. So I'm about a month into my running, and to be completely, again, upfront with you, when I started running, I could not complete a mile without stopping and walking. Okay, that's how deconditioned my body was to walking, to running. Okay, put me in the gym, ask me to do box jumps and all this other stuff, no problem. Ask me to go for a mile run, and I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm out. So I've been really going slowly and really building up my capacity, and also taking it slow and preparing. My feet and ankles have been my primary focus because I wanted to see just how far I could go with this. Granted, I do other things to keep my hips mobile and my upper back mobile, but I've been putting a higher focus right before my run on my foot and ankle, and my foot and my ankle. And so I want to show you those two exercises because honestly, I have probably run more in the last 30 days than I ever have in my entire life. And I have seen steady improvement and progress. I'm now up to running, basically a 5K, before and after my workouts 3 times a week. And I don't stop. That's a big deal for me. Okay. Some of you runners are out there and be like, yeah, dude, I do that in my sleep. Not me, man. Not me. And my body feels good. My feet feel good. My knees feel good. Like the body feels good. And I really attribute it to, yes, the overall training program that I'm on, but these two exercises for sure. So the two things I want to show you here are an exercise for the bottom of your feet, and then a 3-dimensional mobilization for the foot and ankle that help the foot and ankle, as I call it, clear the runway for takeoff. So there's 2 things you're going to need to execute on these 2 techniques. One is a ball. Lacrosse balls are great for this. A tennis ball works too, but lacrosse balls seem to work the best. There's also infinite amount of body balls that are out there. But lacrosse balls seem to work great. And then either a yoga mat or just a towel. Either one of those will do. And then you'll also need something to hold on to. So it could be a wall, could be anything that's stable that you can lean up to. And I'll show you that in a second. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do, and this is the order in which I would do it, is I grab your ball first, and we're going to roll on the bottom of the foot. So let me show you how. So when rolling on the bottom of the foot, you want to do your best to make sure that you cover the entire part of the foot. So the first thing you want to do is obviously put the ball on the ground, and then you want to start with the ball right on your heel, okay? There's a tendon that inserts right into the heel there. That's an important insertion to work. And what you're going to do is you're going to put as much weight onto that area that is comfortable. You don't want to put too much pressure on it that your kind of body is reflexively trying to get off of it. You just want to put a little weight on it, and you want to just wiggle that spot back and forth. Okay, you can see that I'm just taking my heel there and just wiggling it back and forth. All right, just working that area a little bit. And then what I'll do is I'll slide my foot back a little bit, and I'll do the same thing. Back and forth. Move down again, wiggle back and forth, all the way, back and forth, wiggle, ball the foot, wiggle, all the way to the toes, wiggle. Okay. Once I get to the end of there, where my toes begin, then I'm just going to just do a nice roll back and forth. The way that I think about what I'm visualizing when I do this type of work rolling is I visualize like my hand moving through water. You don't want to go too fast because then you won't be able to move. And you don't want to go too slow, right? You want to kind of move with the water, right? Because the soft tissues have a viscous quality to them, meaning there's a liquidity kind of variable factor with soft tissues. And so it's really simple. You're just going to roll on the bottom of your foot here, Okay, when you find a spot, again, you can kind of go side to side a little bit. That's a little spot for me right there, so I stopped and roll side to side. But really simple, just rolling on the bottom of the foot and just kind of finding the spots. The first time I did this, I honestly could barely put my foot on here, okay? Once again, with the other foot, putting my heel right there, wiggling side to side, right? Making my way down, wiggling it again, and then just, like, see, this side's a little more tender for me. So this is a side that I'd have to maybe spend a little bit more time on, okay? So what we're doing here as we roll through the soft tissues is we're working all of these muscles and tendons that are on the bottom of the foot. And that musculature and fascia actually goes from the bottom of your foot and goes all the way to the top of your head. This is why I feel like this exercise can be the most valuable, because you're kind of addressing the whole system just through your feet, okay? So that's rolling on your feet. Let's take a look at the next one. Okay, so for this next one, you're going to need your yoga mat or a towel, okay? And you're just going to roll up the yoga mat and or towel just like this. And you're just going to place it on the floor right in front of the thing that you're going to hold on to, okay? It could be a wall. A doorway is a great place to do it. And what you're going to do is you're going to put the ball of your foot on the mat and your heels on the ground, okay? And now what you're going to do here is you've got two options. If you have, the first thing you're going to do is you're just going to take your opposite leg, in this case the right leg, and you're going to put it in front of you, and you're just going to take your belly button and imagine somebody is pulling your belly button forward, and you can see that my lower leg is coming over my foot, okay? So it's a calf stretch, right? It's a classic calf stretch. And so you would do that about 5 to 10 times. And then what you're going to do is on the 10th one, you're going to hold the stretch. You move into the stretch, hold it, and then you're going to go side to side with it. And again, the belly button is what's driving the action. Okay, so I'm moving my belly button, therefore my hips go side to side. So I'm starting to move the tibia over the foot side to side. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw circles. I'm going to draw counterclockwise circles, again, in the stretch, and then I'm going to go counterclockwise circles when I'm in the stretch. And I'm just kind of working all the different angulations and musculature that's down there. Again, 27 bones in the foot, so much going on down there. So we want to really kind of clear the runway. And then the last thing you're going to do here is you're going to bring your leg up in the air, okay, if you can. Obviously, balance is a thing here. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your belly button and your right leg, and in this case, if I'm stretching my left, and I'm going to bring them towards the foot I'm stretching, and I'm going to allow my arch to come up without my big toe coming up. Okay? So I'm bringing my body over to the stretched foot, and my arch of my foot comes up, my heel comes in, but my big toe stays on the mat. So I don't want to do that. That's rolling your ankle, right? You want to keep your big toe on the ground, arch up, come down, arch up, come down, arch up, come down. So in that particular movement that you just saw, how the foot's moving and the heel's coming in, the arch coming up, that's what creates that stable platform. So when you push off, when you're running, that's the position you want your foot to come into. So that's what helps to condition the stable propeller. The other thing we're going to work here is the shock absorber. And so in this case, you want your knee to be slightly bent, and you're going to take your belly button and you're going to flatten your arch. Flatten the arch, bring the arch to neutral. 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 So I'm preparing my whole foot and ankle to do exactly what I mentioned before, which is be a shock absorber and a stable propeller. And now my left foot right now, I got to do the other one before I go for a run here, is ready to go for its run because I've prepared it for what it's about to do. So this is one of the stretches protocol that I've been using with clients over the last 20 years, which I call clear the runway. So I hope this is useful. Hope it was helpful. Please, if you haven't subscribed to the blog or joined my email list, make sure to do that, and look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Have a great day.